Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about endemic species and migration. You know that different parts of the world have their own flora and fauna depending on their environmental condition and also prevailing in the region. An endemic species is one found on naturally in an area with a notable restriction uh, to its overall distribution. So in that Hawaii Island is one of the example where endemic plants and animals are confined to that particular place and not anywhere else in the world. This means that these plants and animals are only found in the Hawaii Island and not any other part of the world. Thus, we find that flora and fauna of different parts of the world do not show any uniform pattern of distribution. There is no any uniform pattern of distribution of these plants and animals. The species which have restricted distribution and are found in a restricted area only are called as endemic species, and the phenomenon is also called as endemism. There are three special animal endemics in India. That is, the first one is Lolton macaque. This animal got his name from its tail, based on its tail, which is 25 centimeter in length and has a tuft at the end like that of lions, but black in color. It is endemic to southwest India and is one of the most threatened primates. The second one is Asiatic lion. Asiatic lion is now endemic to Gir National Park, as it is believed that the last remnants, that means remaining uh, remaining of the species are found in Gir National Park in Gujarat only. And the last one is Nilgiri ibex. These stocky goat possessing short coarse fur and have a bristly mane are endemic to Nilgiri hills and the southern position of the Western Ghat range in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. It is actually called as Nilgiri Thar, and Nilgiri ibex is a local name. So this animal has got his name. This animal got its name based on its the place where this is confined to. This is confined to a place where get this animal get uh, proper shelter, food from the particular place. That's why the name is given to this. Besides this, the other factors are also there, which is called as a non-uniform distribution of species. These factors are related to physical factors, based on physical factors, climatic factors, and the biological factors. Physical factors is related to the physical condition of the place, that is mountain range, large water bodies, and land masses. Uh, that masses that limits the distribution of many terrestrial species. For example, the Great Himalayan Range harbor various endemic species of both plants and animals. The second one is climatic factor. In extreme temperature, only a few plants and animals can survive. For example, the Himalayan region harbors a hilly range of a hardy range of animal that can survive in extreme cold. And Ladakh's freezing high altitude is the home of yak and Tibetan antelope, blue sheep, and wild ass. So these animals confined to a place because of the region, the climatic factor of that region. They cannot survive in other temperature, other climate. The last one is a biological factor. Biological factor is actually a biological barrier, we can say. So vegetation is a biological barrier that affects the distribution of species. Plants, which plants serve as a food and food as a mean for shelter and for animal. So plants serve as a food as well as a shelter for most of the animal, and thus depending upon the selective habitats, animals are confined to area that have vegetation of their choice. Some animals are there which is totally depending on the plants for food and shelter, and based on this they are confined to place. In the absence, we can say, in the absence of these plants the animal will not be able to survive. They will move to the other place. So these are the three factors, we can say, that is a non-uniform distribution of species. Now let us discuss the migration. Migration is actually the movement of animal from one place to another place in search of food, in search of availability resources, in search of the weather, and some reproduction, breeding. So these are the cause of migration. So migration include movement of bird and animal over very distance made in response to change in food availability, habitat or weather. So migration can be of the following, and there are basically four types of migration. Let us discuss all the four types of migration. The first one is a removal migration. Removal migration, this type of migration occurs due to the unfavorable climatic factors or shortage of food and water, shelter. Under the influence of these conditions, animal permanently migrate to other place. There are some animals, those who always migrate from one place to another place in search of food, in search of water, and in search of shelter. Regardless, they forget that from which is their original place, which is their native place. They never come back to the original place because they always find a place which is suitable for them and give all the resources, all the foods, shelter, and fulfill the basic needs. The second one is eruption. Eruption is a specific migratory cycle occurring in extreme climate. It is a cycle, we can say migratory cycle. The best known example of eruption is seen in lemming, that means small Arctic or subarctic rodent, so of the Arctic tundras. So these small animals reach a peak in their population every 3 or 4 years, and at which point they migrate overland in great numbers. They migrate from one place to other place when this animal reach a peak point in their population, and after every 3 to 4 years they again come back to their original place because of the breeding and because of the offspring, reproduction of offspring. The third one is remigration. Another migration pattern is called as remigration, in which the round trip is divided between the generation. That means one migration, then again the second migration, that is called a remigration. So in this type of migration, the first generation of animal migrate to an area or reproduce, and the round trip is made by their offspring. So in a return trip, their offspring will come to the original place, their native place, and again they will their offspring will move to that place. So this is called a remigration. The last one is a seasonal migration. This type of migration most commonly involves a movement from one area to another area, then back again. So this migration is based on the season. So when the season change, when the climatic condition change, then the bird migrate to other place. Then when the climatic condition normal, then again they come back to the original place. So this round trip or return migration may be of a season nature, as in the spring and autumn migration of many birds. This kind of migration occurs for food, breeding place, variation in daytime and favorable climatic conditions. There are some examples of this. Some examples based on seasonal migration, that is a Siberian crane and sea lions. So they migrate in entire year based on the season climatic conditions. So when the season change, they migrate from one place to another place in search of food, in search of food, and then breeding place, and then variation daytime and the other factors, and again come back to the original place. Thank you so much.